Want to learn one of the classic Zentangle patterns that looks really complicated, but it's actually really simple, mindful, fun, and easy to draw? Today, I'm going to be walking you through Auraknot. It's kind of a star-shaped tangle. It looks really complex, but when you follow the steps one by one, you build it up, and before you know it, you have completed it and you feel relaxed. So I'm Lisa from Creating Cam with Lisa, and today I'm actually not going to use a pencil to create a string. I'm just going to get right into creating this. Just let me just focus properly before I get started. I'm just going to get straight in with ink, and this pattern starts with you creating points. As you can see, we're not going for a perfect star, the likes of which you may find on the top of your Christmas tree. It's very, very random. There's absolutely zero symmetry. So it's kind of much easier to draw from the point of view if you're not looking for perfection. So we've got this down. You will very possibly have different number of star points than I do here, and that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to pick any one of these points here and close it off at the base. And then I'm going to create an aura, simply meaning I'm going to create a line that mimics the line that I previously drew. And you can see I've tried to be consistent with that width here. And that's part of where the mindfulness element of Zentangle method comes in. I'm going to close this space off now, and you can see I'm just being really slow and deliberate with everything. The slower, the better. And in true Zentangle fashion, we're going to draw behind. This is what we call drawing behind. It simply means when you come to a line you've previously drawn, you stop the line you were doing, pause until you're at the other side of the previous line, and then you carry on with your drawing. And I'm going to create this all the way around. Just taking your time, closing the base, creating an aura, closing the base, creating an aura. I really enjoy doing this one, it's great. And you can see here I've kind of slightly curved mine, whereas that was a point, but that doesn't matter at all. Must be the last one now, I think. And creating that aura here. So what you can do with Auraknot is that you can actually keep drawing. You can use this center area here and you can fill it in with something like Senna. Senna is a pattern that I've taught before, so I'll put a link here and you can follow on to Senna if you would like, so that at this point you can move on to using Senna. But I am going to go to the very first line that I did, and the way I'm able to do that is to find an uninterrupted line. This doesn't go under any other line, so this is the first line I drew. And I'm going to create an aura to the right of that. And then anytime I come to another line, I just lift my pen until I'm on the other side of that line. So with this tangle, you very quickly begin to see lines that are weaving in and out of each other. and I really enjoy doing this one. You can get very, very different results with Auraknot, depending on whether you keep on creating auras or whether you put a filler in the middle. And what I quite like about Auraknot as well is that you can put fillers in these different points on the outsides as well. The house is feeling really nice and peaceful today because Bob is up at work today in Dundee. He normally works in Glasgow, but he goes to Dundee once a week, usually on a Tuesday. Isla's back at school after the summer holidays today, so I have the house entirely to myself, so that's lovely. So I'm going to leave that, I think, just as it is. I'm probably going to leave this blank for now, and I'm going to go to the outsides. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to add a few orbs, different sizes, different sizes. I was thinking I was saying shapes, different sizes, just randomly put. You don't need to put the same number at each of these areas. Some you could maybe have one, some you could have two. So did you have a nice Easter yourself, I'm wondering? Let me know in the comments what you got up to if you were celebrating Easter. I was at my sister's house. The whole family, with the exception of my dad, who unfortunately was working, the whole family went to my sister's house, and the kids just had a great day because quite rare for Scotland, we were able to be out in the garden, and so the kids were playing with each other in the garden and enjoying the sunshine. And we had our first course in the garden, and then purely for ease from the point of view of the kids and whatnot, we took the rest of the meal inside. But no, it was really nice just to be able to choose to sit outside for the first bit of the meal. We don't always have that option in Scotland. I could easily put more orbs there, but just for the sake of it, I'm just going to leave it slightly unbalanced at that bit, just because I can. I'm just going to add a bit of rounding there. So that's me gone around the full Auraknot shape on the outsides. And just for quick video here, I'm not going to do too many different tangles, so I think I will just leave this blank in the middle. But I am going to go with my pencil into any bit. In fact, you know what? I'm going to just, because this band overlaps the one below it, I'm going to add quite a lot of graphite into these different overlapping areas. Remember, when you're adding graphite to your own, this is a pattern that you're tangling, so you don't have to put your graphite in any specific area. Choose where you would like to add your shade. It's quite freeing. It might be that I'm inconsistent with where I add mine, but that's part of the fun of the Zentangle method. We're not following traditional light source rules or any of that. Just kind of bringing a bit more dimension, really. I'm going to go all the way around this shape. I haven't counted how many bits we have, so I don't know if it's a hexagon or more shape, more sides than that, but just adding all around that wee bit there. I'm going to add all the way around the outside of the Auraknot. It was quite nice yesterday. Went into town, into Glasgow city centre with Isla. I took her to the cinema because Wallace and Gromit, I don't know how well known Wallace and Gromit would be. I know I've got a lot of people who've subscribed to my channel who are in the States. I don't know. Actually, let me know. Do you know who Wallace and Gromit are? Wallace and Gromit, I believe, is animated by an English man. I know the creator's called Nick Park, but I don't know. I think he's English, but maybe he's not. Certainly set in England. So anyway, Isla and I went yesterday to see that at the cinema, so she had a great time. We took a picnic and she just loves, I mean, I suppose like you always kind of, as you grow older, it's still nice to have a picnic, but she really, really loves the idea of getting a picnic, Isla. So she was in her element. And of course, she had some Easter egg chocolate in her picnic bag, so she was happy. So as you can see, I've just come in with the blending stump here. I'm just smoothing out any of those pencil lines that I've put down, just softening them up. And then very, very quickly, they stop looking so much like a pencil line and they start looking much more like a shadow. They begin to look, once you've blended them out a bit, they begin to look so much more natural rather than something that I've just created. It just always blows my mind, just a simple pencil, nothing fancy. So that is pretty much the end of how to draw this basic Auraknot. I just want to add some more graphite down. I think I'll just add some graphite just at the bottom and the right hand sides of these orbs. And then that will just kind of add some dimension there. And I'll show you, I've got some samples here of previous Auraknot tiles that I've drawn. And actually I'm skipping ahead a wee bit. I'm going to put my chop in here, in case you're brand new to my channel. Your chop is simply just you putting a mark on your page to identify this tangle as having been drawn by you. That's all I mean by a chop. And these ones here, this one you can see was drawn in purple, and I've created just in these spaces where I had the orbs, I've kind of looped. This has been done in Hollowball fashion as well, you know, drawing behind, so it's as if it's weaving in and out. I've done these lines here and then filled them in with some small orbs. This one is very similar, except I've got a gemstone in the middle, or a Zen gem, if you want to call it a Zen gem. Very, very similar look. This one maybe looks a little bit different as well, from the point of view that I don't have quite as many auras in this one. This one here I quite like because I kind of enjoy doing the moon pie tangle, so I quite liked creating all those moon pie ones in the middle, and there's not many auras in this one. This one is very similar to that one as well, but I like this one from the point of view I've got like that kind of stitched look on the edge here, and I've done a kind of peppering effect in the middle. So I hope you have enjoyed that. If you feel nice and relaxed and you might want to be drawing along with this, give the video a wee like if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate that. Just lets me know that they're hitting the mark. So that's my video for today. So I'll hopefully see you next week for another tangle, and do let me know if there are any particular tangles that you would like me to teach in these videos. I'm happy to take your suggestions if there are particular requests that you have. So have a good week ahead, and I'll see you next week. Bye.